Hey, welcome to Hit a Like Huggy Bear. Thanks for coming down and checking out the channel. Today's video is going to be a little bit different than what we've been doing in the past. Today's going to be like a recap of what I learned in a recent coaching session. But before we dive into that, if you like this kind of content, it would really help me out if you hit like and subscribe. So the goal of the coaching session that I had was to help me deal with the early turn issue that we talked about in another video, which there'll be a link to that in the description if you haven't seen it yet. But to help get around that, in that session we saw that it's mainly kind of with the leading of the shoulder. At least that's where I feel part of the problem is. And the coach seems to agree. So what we worked on is ways to kind of quiet down my shoulder, like calm it down, not muscle it. It's been bowling for 20 something years and just been built in and used to kind of launching up. You don't even feel it anymore, but it's something that I believe I do. So what we did was we kind of moved into two different drills. The first one is to do a free arm exercise. Basically, and in all cases, one thing I'm going to be doing differently is instead of pushing towards my target, we're going to push 3 to 4 boards left of my target. What that does is, when I push towards my target, what's been happening is it get in and get in tight, and my shoulder doesn't have a lot of place to go, causing the ball to come in, and then all I can do is really go around the body, which could lead to my shoulder coming forward. So instead of pushing towards my target, we're going to push just a little bit left of the target and then come through, and with that swing, it actually comes right behind the head, which surprised me a little bit. The motion felt like it was coming more over here, but when you watch the video, it actually comes up right behind my head, which is great. So the free arm swing, you push off 3 to 4 boards off to the left, roughly. The more accurate, more consistent, the better. Push there, and you're not trying to get back online. You just swing it out and just swing forward. So just come back, come forward. The ball will go towards the head pin or off to the left. That's okay. You're not trying to use your shoulder. You just want to get your shoulder used to just natural swing. What I found in that is that it actually increased the height of my backswing and a little bit of speed there, both which seem good to me. The second part of it, which is something that's kind of weird to me, there used to be a bowling swing style called the figure eight, where you kind of push, loop around, and come. Now, it's not as dramatic as that, but it does have like a little bit of a figure eight type motion. So you kind of push off left just like we did, let the arm swing come back up to the top, and then you kind of like lean in a little bit, like inside, and then out towards your target. To help with that, we kind of use my lead arm to kind of come through. So as you're going through, look like you're looking down your arm as you're coming through, and then you'll kind of shift your arm's shoulder and let it go through. So that's the different the drills that we mainly worked on during the session, is about quieting up the shoulder and making things go a little bit more smoothly. During these drills, you will see that my hand comes around it. That was not a focus. I was focusing purely on the shoulder. So check out these shots. First we'll do the free arm swing, then we'll put it all together in the second half. Let me know what you think. Please, comment down below. Let me know what you like. See any issues that you see. Appreciate it. Alright, here we go with the side-by-side comparison. This is a free arm swing. As you'll see in these videos, we're going to be pushing left just a little bit, like 3 to 4 boards, and just let it swing, through it, back, and there. The goal is to get the ball behind the head. So in this first comparison, this is just to show good versus not so much, how, what we're looking for. So here at the bottom, something I found interesting, it's in the same position if you compare the line there. But when we get to the back, the bad one on the right gets more inside versus the other one is higher, as well as like closer to behind the head. Not exactly behind the head, but a lot closer. Now we're going to be going through a few shots. Some good, some in the middle, some not so good. So here, What I like about this one is the height. Just seems to be a nice free-flowing arm swing. Gets up high, gets behind the head. I think that's what Coach Nathan is looking for. And just get on through the ball. This one's kind of in the middle. So it's lower, which is something because when it gets lower, it's typically due to tension in the shoulder as it gets thin. But as we get through the height, we're still pretty much behind the head, which is good. But I think it's in a little bit, or it started to get in a little earlier, causing tension, making it so that the swing didn't go as high. Not necessarily trying to get a high backswing, but at the same time, I think it's just from the freeness. I'm definitely not muscling to get it up there, that's for sure. So here, this one, you'll see is more of a dramatic. When you get in there, it starts getting left early, and to see that separation of the shoulder to the right to where the ball is. Ball still looks a little bit behind the head, but you can see that rotation or that stretch for the arm through the shoulder. And that's what we're trying to avoid. I used to think in my other video that's what we're looking for because I thought it was more inside, which I thought was good. But as you see here on this shot, definitely have much more freer. Go, drop it in, coming up right by the head, and drop it in. You see less of the shoulder, therefore a lot less strain or stretch, tightness in that area. Here's another one where I get more inside early and just get slow and more to the middle. In there, and at this point the shoulder just has nowhere else to go. It's not even able to pick that up. All right, got one more shot. It's not my favorite shot, but all of these are filmed in order. Kind of kept that the same as best I could. This is not my favorite shot, but it's another good shot we're going to finish off with. Not as high, but it does seem to be behind the head and a little bit less tension than some of the other shots. As we talked about in the intro, this is definitely a work in progress, and also still working on exactly this is what we're looking for. So right behind the head, not too much stretch in the shoulder. So here we're gonna have the continuation of the free arm swing. On these, we're gonna continue it on, kind of forming a figure eight. Do that by leading with our left arm, kind of guiding us forward, which will rotate us a little bit, generating that figure eight. At least that's the goal. Fortunately, we're not able to see the lead arm that much. I do know that I need to kind of have it out there longer, something I'm still working on. So with this one, just like last time, side by side, dropped in the same place. That seems good. The top, one's right behind the head, the other one's more on the side. You see more of the shoulder. And then on this cool shot here, we're able to see how the ball path is really impacted. One is just more of a natural swoop in and down. The other one is more of a tight down and then out to get it back around the body. So this will help us, as that side by side helps us look at the other shots to see, what I'm looking for. All right. This one here. Nice side backswing. Get behind the head. Feel like I'm leading pretty good with the arm there. I think I should have held it a little bit longer, but swooped in and on out. This is kind of one of the middle tier ones. It's really not that bad. And fast speed here. Come up. Behind the head, which I like. You see a little bit of the shoulder, but not too much. So it's, as I'm being very picky right now, it's kind of in that middle tier of not bad. That one, you can see it live in full speed. Just kind of get that ball in early. Doesn't like get up to the head to try to apex. It's already starting on that left swing to get towards on the outside of the head. Alright, it's a nice shot. Glad my friend Matt can see it. Come up, decent height, behind the head. You don't see a lot of the shoulder. I think that's good. Come down, nice and smooth. Not like a huge figure eight, just like a little curve in and through the bottom, underneath the head. See here, a little bit to the left of the head. Nice height, so because it got over there later, but then it has to drop down because it's over left, has no choice but to drop down and then make its way around, which is what we're trying to avoid. Here's our last shot. Get up to the top. Nice behind the head there. Comes down and through it. I do pull it a little bit though. Thanks for sticking around to the end. Really appreciate it. Hopefully you like those drills and you're able to see what I'm looking at as far as what seems to be good and more in line versus shots that are kind of getting too far inside. Show some variety where it's just a little bit inside or inside too early. So hopefully you found value in that and it can help you out as like it's helping me out. So now that you're still here, why don't you go ahead and check out some more of my recent practice videos or my recent tournaments such as like the last PBA regional. Thanks for checking out Hit It Like Huggy Bear. Don't forget to subscribe below. Talk to you soon.